Hello, and welcome to another Tomii Healing and Wellness training video. Lesson number 6, Spleen and Stomach, and the element of Earth. The element of Earth. The Earth element consists of the spleen and stomach meridians. This element rules over digestion, the mouth, muscles, empathy, worry, and more. In the following slides, it will be important to note the information at the bottom of the graphic. This information will give you more insight into the element of Earth. Spleen meridian. The spleen manufactures qi from our food and is called the source of postnatal energy, or acquired qi. The spleen's primary role as a lymphatic and immune system organ is to fight invading germs in the blood. It also controls the level of red and white blood cells and platelets in the body. And it filters the blood and removes old or damaged red blood cells. The spleen governs taste and true nourishment and regulates biorhythms, including menstruation. Ailments and disorders associated with the spleen meridian: digestive disorders, dyspepsia, nausea, acid reflux, food poisoning, anemia, anorexia, constipation, diarrhea, and diabetes. It's also important to note that it's associated with loose stools, especially if somebody excessively worries. The spleen is a yin organ from the element of earth. The associated color is yellow. The associated emotions are empathy or sympathy, and when it's negatively showing itself, it's excessive worrying. The time of day is 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. The season is late summer, and the related organ is the stomach. The therapist is beginning at the inside of the foot. This area is very sensitive for people who have spleen imbalance. He's now working up the medial portion of the inside of the leg, and now he adjusts to follow the path of the meridian along the tibia bone, or right underneath the tibia bone. He then finds the point on the inside of the knee, and now he will continue to work along the medial portion of the thigh. He's now working his way back down. This would be used to decrease the spleen meridian. This area in the lower leg is typically very tight for people and highly painful. And he's finishing back at the inside of the foot. Stomach meridian. The stomach is called the root of postnatal life because it is responsible for providing the entire body with energy from the digestion of foods and fluids. It extracts energy from foods and fluids and coordinates with the spleen to transport that energy to the lungs. Disorders and ailments associated with the stomach meridian: heartburn, acid reflux, indigestion, urinary infection, anorexia, toothache, styes, glaucoma, muscle spasms, menstrual cramps, diarrhea, and constipation. It is a yang organ from the element of earth. The color associated with it is yellow. The emotion associated with it is empathy, sympathy, or worrying. The time of day is 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., or generally speaking, breakfast time. The season is late summer, and the associated meridian is the spleen. Our therapist is starting at the top of the thigh and working his way down. This is how we would increase the stomach meridian, which is a yang meridian. The yang meridians of the lower body start at the head, work the way down the torso and down the legs, and end at the feet. Here, the therapist is working down the tibialis anterior muscle towards the foot. And we can see that the therapist is now working his way back up the tibialis anterior. This is how we would decrease the stomach, by working upwards back towards the head. Spleen and stomach shoe points. The spleen and stomach shoe points fall on the thoracic vertebrae 11 and 12. It's easy to find these by finding the point where the thoracic spine starts to turn in to the lumbar spine. The lumbar spine we can easily find because of the lordotic curvature. So we basically work slightly above that. And for people who have digestive issues, this area is going to be very tender. Thank you once again for joining us for another lesson. And as always, may your life be in balance.